she wasn't really left with much of a choice in the matter.
Is this teenager's last flurry of text a confession or a cry for help?
She wouldn't answer texts, wouldn't answer phone calls.
What would you do if your loved one vanished without a trace? That's the nightmare Katelin Akens' family has been living for over 7 years. 18-year-old Katelin was a motivated, smart young woman with big dreams. She had just moved from Virginia to Arizona to start a new life with her fiancé, Amber. But Katelin always made time for frequent phone calls back home to her tight-knit family. She and her younger sister, Gabby, were inseparable. So when Katelin flew back to Virginia in December 2015 for a visit, her family expected their bubbly, loving daughter and sister to return home in just a few days. But Katelin never made it back to Arizona. Did Katelin simply run away? Was she harmed by someone she knew? Or did something more threatening occur to this young woman who vanished without a trace? Katelin's family is still searching for answers 7 years later. Katelin flew to Virginia on December 3, 2015 for a short trip to visit family and pick up her high school diploma. She was excited to start cosmetology school when she got back to Arizona. On the night of December 3rd, Katelin went out drinking with some high school friends. She ended up sleeping with one of the guys, cheating on her fiancé, Amber. On December 4th, Katelin spent the day with her family. Nothing seemed off. The next morning, December 5th, Katelin's mom, Lisa, had to work, so she asked James, Katelin's former stepdad, to drive Katelin to the airport for her flight home that afternoon. Around 9 a.m., Lisa dropped Katelin off at James's house in Partlow, Virginia. James said he would take Katelin to the airport around 1 p.m. for her 5:40 p.m. flight. Lisa asked Katelin to text her when she arrived at the airport and got on the plane. At 11:56 a.m., Amber received a strange text from Katelin's phone. Something came up. "I'm not coming back today. I'll let you know when I get a new flight. I won't be able to text for a bit." Amber told Lisa about the text, but Lisa was confused. As far as she knew, nothing had changed with Katelin's plans. Around 1 p.m., James texted Lisa that he had dropped Katelin off at the Springfield Mall so she could kill time before her flight. Lisa thought this was weird since Katelin didn't know that mall. At 1:52 p.m., James texted Lisa again, saying he had dropped Katelin off at the Springfield metro station so she could take the metro to the airport. Lisa was suspicious because Katelin wasn't familiar with the DC metro system. At 2 p.m., Lisa received a text reportedly from Katelin saying, "I'm at the airport, battery dying, so won't be able to text for a bit." Around the same time, Amber got a Facebook message from Katelin's account saying, "I can't come back, I cheated on you." At 5:40 p.m., Katelin's flight to Arizona departed without her. At 7:15 p.m., Lisa received 2 final texts reportedly from Katelin, "Staying with a friend," and "I need some time alone." Lisa immediately tried calling and texting Katelin but got no response. The phone company records showed Katelin's cell phone was connecting to towers near James's house in Partlow. Her phone was not connecting to any towers at the mall, train station, or airport like the text messages said. Security cameras at the mall, train station, and airport did not see Katelin or James at all that day. On Monday, December 7th, Lisa told the police that Katelin was missing. That same day, a person who works on roads found Katelin's suitcase thrown into a ditch. The ditch was just 5 miles away from James's house in Partlow. Inside the suitcase were Katelin's glasses, wallet, plane ticket, money, and toothbrush. But there were no clothes or phone inside. The suitcase was broken like it had been thrown out of a moving car. James originally told police he took Katelin to the airport, but later changed his story. He said he dropped her at the mall, then the metro station, but the surveillance footage proved these claims untrue. On December 5th, James called his job and said he was not coming to work that day. After Katelin went missing, James refused to take a lie detector test for the police. He also would not give the police the password to unlock his cell phone. James stopped helping the police investigate what happened to Katelin. He also quit his job. Police searched James' Partlow property, but found no sign of Katelin. They wanted to search another nearby home owned by James, but it was occupied by James's mom. A third nearby vacant home owned by James's late father was removed from the rental market right before Katelin vanished. In 2016, ownership of that home was signed over to James. Katelin's mom, sister, and fiancé say the text sent after 1 p.m. on December 5th do not sound like Katelin. She would not have gone to an unfamiliar mall or taken the metro alone. Katelin was not the type to run off without telling her worried family where she was. The phone records showed Katelin's phone was still near Fredericksburg, Virginia that day. The security cameras did not see Katelin at the mall, train station, or airport, so the police think Katelin never left the Fredericksburg area on December 5th. They think someone else used Katelin's phone to send the texts. They think this was done to make it look like Katelin traveled away from Fredericksburg. Katelin remains missing today with no clues as to what really happened after her mom dropped her at James's house on the morning of December 5th, 2015. The case is cold, but Katelin's family hopes someone will finally come forward with the truth. They just want to know what happened to Katelin and bring her home. The police are offering $2,500 to anyone who has information about what happened to Katelin. There are billboards along the road James takes to work every day. The billboards ask James to work with the police investigators, but so far James has said nothing. Katelin's case was on a TV show called Disappeared in 2017. This was to get more people to know about Katelin, but 4 years later, Katelin's family still does not have any answers about what happened to her. They are still looking for the truth. What do you think happened to Katelin Akens? Do you think James Branton knows more than he claims? Could the texts and Facebook messages have actually come from Katelin? Was she trying to run away from something or someone? Or did something bad happen to this young girl who simply vanished? The disappearance of Katelin Akens highlights how quickly an ordinary trip can turn into tragedy. Katelin was just an 18-year-old girl visiting her family for the holidays. She should have been able to return home safely. Now her family is left with only questions. Katelin's mom, Lisa, says, "It's just frustrating not knowing anything. Police keep saying I did it right, reporting her missing right away so there's no delay in the investigation. But it's been 2 years and we still don't know anything." Gabby, Katelin's sister, struggles to stay hopeful. "I don't want to think the worst, but it is a strong possibility. The police said they couldn't rule anything out, but she wouldn't just disappear and never contact us again. She loved us so much.